Are you ready for the trial of Dame Caterline and birds? Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? What kind of question is that? That bad, huh? Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will! Shouldn't she be coming with us if she's the one on trial? Are we ready? Yeah, I guess so. Why not? That judge is delightful. Judge Maxime. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? JJ Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it! Loud music. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? Nah. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on luck of his two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Damn it, Sparrowson! Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? Okay, so we've got a dog, a hippo, a goat, an ostrich, some sort of bird of prey, a seal, another weird bird. Okay. Judge Corniel. All present and accounted for. Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Caterline de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Velerti, to the witness stand. Inspector Velerti, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. He has an eye patch. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Velerti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. I don't know about the Viridian Killer. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh great, I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Yorgiel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Caterline de Miao. Shush music. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille, with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. But bloodied paws? Nobody told me that deal. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Okay. 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 They're alerted. Housemaid. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Caroline with blood on her paws. Inspector, you say Dame Caroline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Ah, what a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Caroline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille? Do I? Yes! Yes, I do! Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood of Dame Caroline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time-wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Caroline's paws did not come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? On the evening of the murder, Dame Caroline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Remington? Well, in a manner of, speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the, menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well... Wait, don't, answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Oh. Intriguing, pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. So, Inspector Velourty, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Caroline is an elegant I can't pronounce that word ever. Bourgeoise kitten. She's not a kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet, something that forced Dame Caroline to eat with her paws. There was no silverware. Dame Caroline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. So stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Ruigel residence when we performed the initial investigation, but as it happened, Baron Ruigel approached us about this very subject last night. Ah! Innocent, perhaps? What a twist! What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you that I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Ha! Zing. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Ooh. Fine, so be it. Monsieurs, until next time. I think we made an enemy. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robinho, the, photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and fear. Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the, witness please introduce himself for the, court record? As is anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I'm the great Monsieur Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste, tu es un pipe. Okay. You may have seen my works in hit magazines, La Branche or C'est Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like. Tweets? What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Robinho. Let's get down to business. Could you tell us your, activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rugiel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rugiel and left, like a true artist. And, with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see it for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. That is not the photograph I have. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Rugiel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Pertois de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Caroline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen de Haute, who I suspect may have stepped into the picture uninvited. As you can see, 2 people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Caroline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Abington, this proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon, I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photographed subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Villerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Caroline herself. Hey Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different from the one we borrowed from Rubinio's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Colleen de Haute, Dame Caroline, and Signor Pertois. But Monsieur Rubinio's photograph shows Baron Rugiel where Dame Caroline should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down, be like, BAM! Inconsistently, this whole courtroom is out of order, case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could do be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubinio would ask how he acquired it, and the whole trial would derail. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. Humph, it's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Going with the time. Monsieur Rubinio, you say that you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple minutes, yes? How long did it take to set up? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera and ready the film. So you arrived at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. That leaves 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Rubinio did something, nefarious in this small window of time? No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together the evening's events. I spent a little time walking with Baron Rugiel when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Yes. How do you know what time it was? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau Cunier was around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. Do you have another question? No. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. The clock in this photograph? There is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the, key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Abington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Cunier has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rigel or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Rubinio, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubinio created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rubinio coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Mr. Rubinio. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Rubinio, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the Ancien Regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Ha! So the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Abington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer, or is it Seigneur Pertois de Miao, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pertois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rigel deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, maybe I should offer my opinion. But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you'd think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is it fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Oops. Okay, Baron Rigel, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Seigneur Pertois, Monsieur Rubinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rigel, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. I have some questions about Monsieur Grenouille. God rest his soul. What was your relation? We were business partners. Monsieur Grenouille, Seigneur Pertois Damiao, and myself all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company. Excuse the crassness of this question, but that means that you and Seigneur Pertois would now own half of the company each, correct? Correct. I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But, Monsieur, you must understand that Monsieur Grenouille and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourn the man's passing. Of course. Yes. Why did he go to the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. Oh, I see, but that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Surely you aren't suggesting that, Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way? Am I? No. Monsieur Grenouille always have this really surprised that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. No. Garden? What's with all the horses? I beg your pardon? There are all those horses and cherub statues in your garden. To be frank, we found the whole thing a little weird. Does it? Does it? I don't know. No, it doesn't. But hey, you can't bray a man for trying. Ha, 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 ha. Yes. When was the last time you visited? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. Cigar butt? That could belong to, anybody, and... Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Oh, okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my scars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years, but naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked scar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the scar were casually discarded, but as it happened, the scar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience and a little paddling. The scar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, that you, Baron Rigel, deliberately hid your scar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rigel, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no, means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rigel as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. Shush music. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Cutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of the guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence. His finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Portoir de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage, Judge! I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. That word I can't pronounce. How dare you, Garçon, the utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeoise. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp, I ought to gut you right here and now like a damned frog. Ooh, that was the wrong thing to say. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, ya Anna. Let's go, old man, to the conciergerie with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw, I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of this court please be patient in this time. That was pretty incredible. I'm very proud of myself. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao, to be not guilty. Monsieur Falcon and Petit Sparrowson, you did it! Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon! I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You are amazing, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, it was nothing. I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh wow, I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand? Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that... Things in my room are falling. Okay, whatever then. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Urgel's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose I was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Urgel and to add hands to the clock. That lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Oh. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeoisie kid like me. I think you should leave. Humph, fine, so much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon, adieu, petite Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? Yeah, I messed up. I sort of, not really, like I won, but I at the same time didn't. Yeah, this is great. So we finished Act 1. So I'll see you guys in the next video for the start of Act 2. Bye!